Alright, so if you've ever opened AWS, clicked on something, and then AWS was like, nah, that wasn't random. That was IAM. IAM is like the security or the bouncer for AWS. And if you don't understand it, nothing's gonna. So I'm gonna explain it in the way that made it finally like stick for me. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management, but for right now, you can forget that little fancy name. All IAM does is ask two questions every time you do anything on AWS. The first question is, who are you? And the second is, are you allowed to do that? So before AWS spins up a server or uploads a file or deletes anything, it checks IAM first. And if you don't have permission, the door stays closed. IAM users. A user is literally just a person like you, me, or a colleague, just someone trying to use AWS. Think of users like employees in like a office building. So they have a name, they have login credentials, but by default they can't go everywhere inside. Alright, so policies are just like the rule book. They answer basic questions like can this user read files from S3 or can they launch EC2 servers? They're written in JSON format. It looks scary, but the good news is you don't need to write them at first. AWS has pre-made policies like read-only, full access. So a little analogy to help you remember is policies are like key cards. The card itself doesn't move, but whoever holds it could open certain doors. Alright, this part did confuse me at first. The roles. So roles are not for people. They're for things inside of AWS. Like for example, um, an EC2 server that needs to grab files from S3. You don't give servers usernames and passwords. That'd be pretty wild. So instead, you give them a role. The role has permissions. The service temporarily assumes the role. So think of like a temporary badge. You would wear it while you're on the job, but then it disappears after when you're done with it. So it's just way safer. So AWS loves this. Alright, so here's the big picture. Users equals people, policies equals rules, and roles equals temporary permissions for AWS services. If something in AWS isn't working, 9 times out of 10, it's IAM saying you're not allowed to do that. IAM could feel annoying at first, but once it clicks, AWS as a whole starts making a lot more sense. Again, I'm working on AWS certification, so see you in the next one.